What's good? It's your boy, Coach Joey, and it's a Coach's Corner podcast. Listen, I told you we was going to lock back in today for our fight recap. My picks, they weren't far off. I was pretty close on them, right? But, man, what a beautiful night of boxing, a beautiful night for the women that are pro fighters. I think MVP did an amazing job putting the show together. It looked good. Everything looked good, man. And from prelim to the main card, the fights were good. The women did their thing. And, man, if you're a woman and you're a fighter, it's a beautiful time because now you see where it can be. You know what I'm saying? So huge shout out to that. But let's get right into this boxing shit. Listen, I just found another fighter that I like. Man, that girl Scotty, boy, she was slicker than a can of paint. Boy, let me tell you something. She was in there, moving, hitting, touching. Woo! I loved it. It was great to see them type of skills. And now we're gonna jump right into what it is. We're gonna go into the co-main. Oh, now we can go back to we'll go to Savannah and Green real quick. Listen, that was the best that Shadaza Green looked. I mean, she did better. That was the best I've seen her fight before. I do think Savannah Marshall being out for 2 years, I do think that played a fact in it as well too. But hey, man, you don't take nothing away from Shadaza Green. She showed up. She did what she had to do. She did her part, and she did it. Is she ready for Carissa? Hell no. Listen, I'm going to say it right now. I'm going to say it, and I'm going to say it once. Ain't nobody right now as a pro fighter fucking with Carissa Shields in any weight class. That ain't no disagreement. She's on another level, period. Okay? Boom. Let's move on from that shit, right? Let's get into my baby. She's my baby. You know, I could be biased. I could probably say all the positive shit in the world, but I gotta keep it a buck. All right? Because if I fuck with you, I fuck with you. But I'm always gonna keep it a buck. Listen, my baby gave herself a B. Maybe you didn't get a B last night. I'm gonna give you a C+, but I understand what the night was, okay? Because here it is, guys. This is the reality of boxing. A lot of you people that ain't around or you're not in it, listen, all of us coaches that coach have had fighters that had that night where your timing's off, you can't get in that rhythm, your feet are heavy, you just can't get that bounce. Sometimes the opponent is tougher than you thought, or sometimes it's that night, right? And clearly it was for her. I've watched a lot of her fights. That was her not her best performance. But let me tell you what was impressive, okay? Because we could be talking about two different things. If she would have lost, it would have been horrible, right? But listen, champions find a way to win. When it comes down to it, sometimes a fight is going to be ugly. Sometimes it's going to be pretty. But at the end of the day, the result that we're looking for as a team is to win. And sometimes the win is ugly. And you know what? You got to give kudos to Alicia because she listened to her corner. You know, Derek told her, listen, the fight's close. I need more. I need you to put your hands up, walk her ass down, and let your hands go. And do not let her outwork you. That is him telling her, hey, go up, wake your ass up, go out there, and don't let her take it. Otherwise, you're going to wake up tomorrow and you're going to be regretting what you didn't do, right? And listen, she did what she did. She went in there. It was ugly, but the champions find a way to win. So now you got to give it to her. That's a good test for her to learn from. But I got to see her back in the ring. More activity. The 2 years out for her. You can see the ring rush. You can see the timing. All that shit played a factor. That shit is real, people. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. You find a way to win and you move on. Now let's jump into the fight that everybody was talking about, right? I said it, and I'll say it again. I did say the adjustments had to get made. And people got to understand, man, in a game of boxing, when you're in anything over 6, 8, 10, 12 rounds, there's going to be multiple adjustments in a fight. As teams, we prepare for multiple things, right? You got plan A, you got plan B, you got plan C. That's how it's got to be, right? Listen, Katie's small adjustment was, let's not make it into a firefight. Let's keep it on the outside. Let's keep turning her. Let me use my hand speed and my good footwork to win, right? And listen, Katie did her thing, right? Amanda's adjustment was, hey, let's try not to get caught in the middle, but let's press. Let's turn it a little bit. Let's press her again. Let's put some punches to the body. And listen, anybody that's saying that shit was a robbery, you're full of shit. It wasn't a robbery. Katie Taylor simply took the fight this time, and it was very clear, okay? I thought Katie was able to implement her game plan and stick to it, hit and move, hit and turn, and I think Amanda just couldn't get into her range. Let me say it again. She couldn't get into her range. You saw a lot of punches being thrown, but they weren't touching or they weren't landing. So which means she wasn't getting in her range, right? I think they were more worried about the head cut, and which took away from her just going to war, right? But here's my problem, and I mean this in all respect. There's got to be a time as a coach that you sit there and the game plan that we put together as a team, as a collective, right? And we go out there and we try it, and we have to understand and let our ego step us back to the side and be like, okay, the plan didn't work. The plan's not working. Hey, I need you to wake the fuck up and go get it. Because right now, we are losing. Whether the fight's close or not, I don't give a fuck if it's close or not. We got to finish it, and we got to go take it. So that means strap your fucking boots up. It's time to fucking go get it. And listen, she didn't do that. I picked Amanda to win, and she didn't go do that. There had to be a time in that fight where her coach had to look at her and tell her, listen, he kept calling her baby, throw the 1-2 down the middle. Listen, no, baby, I need you to strap your boots up, put your hands up, and you got to go get it. It ain't working. We're not touching her clean. She's stealing the rounds. We got to go take it. And you know what? She didn't. She tried to coach the fight. I'm boxing the boxer. And she went away from what she's good at, which is that pressure, staying in the paint. And listen, man, I know from that being there, it might not be on that moment, but listen, coaching is coaching, and when you have pro fighters and you're in these moments, they're all the same moments. Whether it's that big stage or not, telling your fighter or being honest to your fighter is at every stage. You don't do no service telling your fighter they're winning the fight or, hey, no. Your job is to get across the fucking finish line. All that hard work that you trained for fucking 12 weeks, all them sweat and tears and sacrifices, nah, you gotta go fucking get it, man. And I felt like she didn't. I felt like they dropped the ball on that. Telling her that she was up, knowing damn well she wasn't up. Telling her she's doing good when she's not even landing the punches. I think that's where the adjustment has to be made, man. I think, you got to help motivate her because they're out there on the island and they trust our words. And I just think, in my humble opinion, I just think the corner dropped the ball on that one. I just think that the adjustment should have been was, hey, go forward and go do what you're supposed to do. Make it ugly. The same way Derek James told Alicia, hey, pretty much not saying you look like shit on camera, but at the same time saying, hey, you need to put your hands up and go get something because this ain't working, right? We got to go get it, and she did. And but that's part of the game, guys. Anybody that says it was a robbery, I don't know what the fuck you were watching. There was a lot of punches thrown, but they weren't landing. They were in front of her. They weren't touching her. And that's what it is. I had it 6'4", Katie. If you want to say 7'3", okay, whatever. I'm not going to argue. But a draw? Nah, ain't no fucking draw. There was no draw. And I wanted Serrano to win, and I couldn't even give her the fight because it just, that's not the way it worked, right? But here and there, guys, it was an amazing fight. I think it's learning curve for a lot of you fighters that are watching, whether it's girl or guy or not, and even coaches, man. Sometimes, and this is my opinion, you don't give your fighter any, you don't do them service when you're not keeping it a buck, right? you're not here to tell them what they want to hear. You're here to motivate them and get them across the finish line. And listen, I'll put my experience out there. There's times where we didn't do that, right? We didn't get them across the finish line. And sometimes that's what you got to do, man. You got to learn from it and realize that sometimes the fight ain't what you game plan for. Sometimes it didn't go what you trained for. But at the end of the day, you make that adjustment and you go do what you got to do. You know what I'm saying? So, beautiful fight overall. Card was amazing. We got to give it up to them. And listen, man, we're going to lock back in tonight. I already told you what my picks were. I'm going to go with the Shiraz. I'm going to go with Alberto. I'm going to go with Morel. And then I'm going to go with Shakur. Those are my picks. When we back here tomorrow, we're going to talk about the same shit. You heard?